Subscribers, I am Goddess High Priestess Empress Alba La Panthera. We are going to tune right into the energy. I'm going to actually change the title here of the live. Give me 1 second. This will all give you a few to tune in. We're going to be utilizing the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds to pop off with our message. All right. Let me just edit this. Excuse that if that was too loud. Message of the Hidden Worlds in plain sight. Ashe. Make sure you're taking your deep breaths. Inhale for 4. Hold it for 4. Exhale for 4. All right. Some of you that truly put your telepathy to work or utilize it, you already know the message has begun. A lot was already just said. No matter when you tune into this message, what I've been picking up on, it had to do with your authenticity, isolation, and your powers. Being who you are authentically, not speaking to many. This is a message for you. Mama Universe, Papa Universe. Gratitude for this moment and connecting with the collective of higher vibrations with the mission specifically for this moment in time. Infinite gratitude. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Here we go, y'all. 5-5 on the screen, 6:36 on the clock. All right. Let's roll, baby. What message do you have? Hidden worlds in plain sight. The secret of Camelot. An opening as the lotus. 12 and 25 with this Queen of Swords energy showing up here. Intuitively carrying the sword of truth. Intuitively carrying the sword of truth. The rise of the oil that lights up the lamp. The bottom of the deck, you have the mirror. Other lives, past lives, dimensional lives. First message, the secret of Camelot, the authority of spirit. I'm seeing more so sensing, feeling the energy of someone who is fully blossoming in their power when it comes to having authority of sacred knowledge, the spirit, the essence of the soul. It is 6:37 on the clock right now. And you've done this many times. You come into planets, worlds, dimensions, perceptions, when there is an elevation in consciousness. And then this elevation is speaking of the embodiment of becoming the elements. Especially that one of earth, as the earth herself is going through an ascension where a lot of what has been hidden, so that way the collective wouldn't know about themselves, no longer is. The secret of Camelot. Collective. Within the Babylonian realms are many entrances and gateways. And this one is that taken by the Lady of the Lake when she must speak with the powers that be within the dominion of Camelot. For you, this indicates you will soon be having important talks and conversations with those who are authority figures. You are the mystic in this situation. I'm going to repeat that again. This message of the secret of Camelot, having the authority of spirit, indicates you will soon be having important talks and conversations with those who are authority figures. You are the mystic in this situation, which means in these conversations with those who are aware of certain information, possibly through studying it, you as the mystic come with a clear knowing of this information without having to study it. Because technically they have been studying you, the essence of you, the awakening of you. You are the mystic in this situation, the one who has the spiritual perspective and the mission to share the mysteries with others. So there's information that is known, but yet unknown because it has not been written. You are the one that is carrying those codes of this information. Some of you may have this strong connection to your solar plexus that just gives you this clear knowing, also known as clear cognizance, which connects to other clairs for you to be able to refine what it is that you're sensing or knowing. Collective, those who you speak with are the administrators and the bureaucrats, the ones with the power that is recognized by the world. I'm getting a strong sense here with a lot of this is also happening within the dream realm. And it's causing a major ripple effect in this world. You, collective, have the spirit within you. Of what? The spirit of authority within you. And you are taking that pure spirit into the place that most needs it. So wherever you are right now, it seems as though this is the final door or threshold you cross before living and experiencing an effortless life of abundance, unconditional love, without having per se to work so hard for it, because now your work that you have already been doing now has come the time for you to enjoy the fruits of that labor. So, if you are working in a place where people are not connected with their intuition or their spirit, or if your family is one who denies the gift of the soul, collective, you are the undercover authority, the one who enters that world to hold up the gift of the truth, the shining sword that is authenticity, the integrity that cuts through the politics, the one who shares the gift of the spirit, even in the circumstances that seem to care nothing for the ways of the divine being, the one with the authority of spirit, due to the clear knowing of being an extension of source power. And it literally says that here. The lady can walk with you. I'm getting a strong sense of Athena showing up here for some of you as well. As you move through these realms, and you will know your work has meaning and your gifts have purpose, for the ripple effect of your actions, your words, and your presence will be felt for many years to come. The rise and awakening, reawakening, please may clear that up, reawakening 644 of the legend, especially with the North Node stepping into the sign of Pisces on 1/1/1 on the 11th. The nodal shifts, the nodal axis shifts to the North Node being in Pisces and the South Node being in Virgo. This is also where we will be experiencing the eclipse seasons of this year in the axis of Virgo when it comes to work in order, and Pisces of chaos and rest. The illumination of the authority of spirit, the secret of Camelot. The illumination collected for you is I enter the world of the people to hold up the truth of the spirit. Are you ready? That's a rhetorical question because you wouldn't come across this reading if you weren't. You had to go through quite the journey to blossom, and you had to come out the mud on your own, just as this lotus did. But this is the lifetime. They want me to be, they're making it clear that this is the lifetime where you really get to enjoy what it is that you're doing. So the vision that I just received is, let's say you're in a position of protection, protecting something or someone. There's a version of you doing that while you're also simultaneously in another state within that same vessel, within that same dimension, enjoying life. That speaks to someone who has an overstanding of their power due to the journey of understanding and understanding it first. Collective, you are the priestess and poet and revolutionary. You are experiencing the spectrum of events through lifetimes. In this one lifetime, you can't make this shit up. Just went to the energy of this card. You are experiencing the spectrum of events through lifetimes in this one life, and you can now understand any vows or connections, relationships, or compulsions as they were formed within other times. It is now time to assess which you can release yourself from and which must be honored and respected and nurtured in this lifetime. Many born, one. Your other lives are here in the hidden worlds, waiting for you to remember. Stare into the mirror and see all of who you are. Beautiful moment in time to take it up a notch with those affirmations, mirror affirmations. For some of you, that literally means before you even look into the mirror and do those affirmations, to cleanse your mirror. Anytime you're doing anything in the mirror, make sure you're cleansing that mirror first. You won't have any spots on that mirror before doing so. The illumination of the mirror. I am a dimensional being which has lived thousands of lives and with their wisdom and lessons to teach. The spirit of authority here is flowering due to your revelations and maturity. 1225 also connects to Capricorn energy, which also is symbolic of maturity. Yes, you have gone through quite the lessons to remember who you are. Not so much learn, but more so remember who you are. Some of you have, in other lifetimes, shut a part of your remembrance out because it wasn't accepted, because there were consequences for you being all that you are with this type of authority of spirit as an extension of source. But now you're being called to move through that frequency and that energy of what it means to have the authority of spirit. which means you have been given great power. And with that comes great responsibility. A lot of your lessons had to do with the way you would control yourself in moments of being triggered or tested to see if you would misuse that power. Because there's something here about the misuse of it leads to a combustion of the self instead of molding that power, wielding that power, and utilizing it when it's required, but not every time. So from a third, fourth dimensional perspective of this information, you'll go through situations that could influence fear, anger, attachment, guilt, shame, over and over again until you realize that the reason why this is happening is because the attention that you're paying to these situations that later on equate to the fear, the anger, the shame, and the guilt is because, again, you are giving the attention. Your payment is your attention, so you're nurturing it, therefore it grows. Now, it can seem as though once it's handled that you are ignoring what's being shown to you to invoke those negative emotions. But you're not ignoring it. You're more so, once you evolve, you'll notice that what you're looking at is just something or someone that still has to go through some form of training before they're able to understand what it is that they are attempting to invoke through an experience that leads to you having anger, fear, guilt, or shame. Because there's levels to it in the sense of where, as you're learning, you're seeing reflections of you. Where these trigger points, I'm hearing pockets, these trigger pockets are showing up in your external environment so you can recognize what it is that's being shown to you externally that turns on a lower vibration within you. So that way you can see it, sense it, hear it, whatever sense it is that you're utilizing to handle it. Now, once you do, these situations may appear, but it's appearing back to you as you being the teacher. No longer the student of these situations. You're now the teacher. Teacher and or master. Where now these triggers that present themselves no longer trigger you because you have an understanding that whatever this is now external to you, once you've handled it from your self perspective and have crossed that obstacle or have ran over that hurdle, you're now able to see the situations outside of you as, okay, this is someone who has come to me for me to be their teacher. So now your reactions become more of a response towards whatever this is. That towards anyone else, it can lead into an argument. But when the situation is presented to you, the person is placed in a scenario where they sense that they're going through a learning experience to remember who they are or to cleanse out whatever type of trauma that is connected to this way of them expressing themselves or thinking of themselves to get someone else to follow through with that same energy. 6:55 on the clock. Not this stack, not yet. What is the message of guidance for the collective? Now, let's see here. We do have Mercury that will be in a square with Neptune. Mercury in Sag, Neptune in Pisces, both mutable energies. This can create some type of miscommunication, confusion, and misinformation. So just be very mindful of that, as we will also have Mars retrograding back into the sign of Cancer. This will help to repair any situations with the home or family matters. But just be mindful that during this time, emotions are running high. So about for the next month and a half, Mars will be in Cancer retrograde. Just be mindful that emotions of others are going to be quite reactive, including yours. But if you know, you'll be able to. This is where possible triggers may come up, and if they do, you're able to approach it with the response rather than a reaction. The Bear, unconditional love, playful and protective, collective. You are being guided to rest and enjoy yourself and others. Create balance in your life and follow your truths. Because in order to create this balance, beloved, you are really going to have to follow your truths. I posted something on, let me read it. On Threads, IG Threads earlier today. And the message was, there's plenty of information, but the key is to align with the truth, as all information is not truth. Truth, as well as love, transforms you while information just sits. Anything that sits for too long has no sign of life. Life is love, but one must align with one's truth. I'm going to read that again. This is on Threads that I posted earlier today, literally 7 hours ago. There is plenty of information, but the key is to align with the truth, as all information is not truth. Truth, as well as love, transforms you while information just sits. Anything that sits for too long has no sign of life. Life is love, but one must align with one's truth. Okay? You will intuitively know, collective, when and how to take inspired actions. You have immense inner wisdom and physical strength. For some of you, that is also your cue. When it comes to this immense inner wisdom, and wisdom comes after the obstacles and challenges, lessons learned, knowledge applied. You've been applying a lot of that knowledge, and it seems as though in order for your physical body to catch up, something as simple as stretching. Some of you may get this urge to go on jogs. Movement is going to be your key. Because this is given a vibe of replenished waters, cleansed waters flowing through you right now. And with that, you have the condor. Transition, vision, and determination. Yeah. Once the nodes shift into Pisces and Virgo as of the 11th, and it will be there for the next 18 months, your dream state is going to enhance for sure, okay? While Venus is in Pisces, let's not forget Venus in Pisces, so that's going to bring a different type of strength when it comes to your emotional stability that also leads to material stability as it connects to your sacred values, what you see as beauty, what you see as love, the way you give and receive love. As Venus loves to be in Pisces, it's dreamy. The imagination is just in abundance. So in terms of manifestations and the law of attraction, the next 18 months are going to be quite amazing if you utilize it accordingly. With these new emotions that are coming through due to wisdom gained, inner wisdom gained, you are being guided to soar above any difficulties and self-imposed limitations. Life is a matter of perspective. Find a silver lining. See beyond the ordinary and visualize yourself doing extraordinary things. Look at that. You are an extension of source power. And they're clearly pointing out this BC energy. So I'm speaking to a very ancient soul, one who is highly aware, one who carries the codes within their DNA of information that has not been written about. That you being is what's most important right now. You being and the way you express yourself to yourself and others about self is required at this time for the energetic field of this planet. Because you're being guided to, let's see, to change something in your life. Become inspired. Follow your heart and creatively build your future with today's decisions. I love to hear it. You have no limitations, collective, and there are no boundaries to your capabilities. This is why I'm saying the energy here is of someone who has great power but has gone through great tests. 833. A lot changes for you because these are just tests to see if you're able to handle the ebbs and flows of life. Handling it means that overall, you'll constantly find yourself expressing gratitude, even for situations that to someone else may seem as though something is happening to them or it's bad. But for you, living through universal law, you have an understanding of cause and effect, correspondence, rhythm, law of mentalism. And you know what that does for you? That allows you to enjoy this physical experience. uniting that physical experience with your spiritual faculties. Now I'm speaking to somebody who's well aware of their astrological placements, well aware of their galactic signature that is connected to the 13 moons, especially that. A lot is going to be changing for you because you're going to switch the time you live by, the thoughts you live by. And always remember, as it says here with the B, creativity, cooperation, productivity. Any assistance you require will always be found. You are important to this shift, very important. Essential as the bees. With the ram at the bottom of the deck. What up, Aries? Courage, strength, pioneer. Told you. You wouldn't be seeing this message if you wasn't ready. You are being guided to follow your heart and find the joy, intrigue, and enthusiasm for life. Look beyond the tried and true. You are your own unique journey. You are your own unique journey. There is no mountain too high or too rugged for you. Forge ahead with stamina, determination, and self-love. 7:07 on the clock. Some of you may have been feeling the energy of Capricorn, Saturn, to be disciplined, to have structure in what it is that you're doing. Keep that momentum. Keep that momentum. For some of you, what could possibly help is watching some of the greatest athletes, I would say. For some of you, that means Kobe. Watch some of his motivational, inspirational speeches to keep that momentum, to keep that focus on what it is that you're doing right now. Some of you, you're in this space where you find yourself slowing down so you can meditate, so you can really assess what's going on, what's flowing through you. And that's okay too. Never feel rushed to do what you know you came here to do. Because it's very easy for people to feel as though that you should be doing this at this time, this at that time. And that can easily put you in a state where you rush to do something or you don't do it at all. Take your moments when you have to go within and do just that and realign with what it is that your mission is as to why you came here. And the why to the ideas that you have. Because it'll naturally reconnect you with the time of giving birth to that idea. It's very easy to rush something or to put it down completely. When you have so many other things going on around you and people telling you this, that, and the third. This is why meditation is very powerful. Anything that places you back into your Merkaba, this is a different type of stillness. The stillness that was mentioned before in the statement that I made on Threads of IG. That anything that sits for too long has no sign of life. That's not speaking to the stillness of being in the Merkaba. The Merkaba spins very fast to the point that it looks as though something is not moving. But it is moving. There could be so much information out there, but you have to connect to you as an extension of source power to know which information is for you, because what information is for you, you'll feel yourself going through a change physically, mentally, spiritually, because it's connected to truth, as it is also connected to unconditional love. Where are my babies? They're right here. All right, my loves. Here we go. 7:11 on the clock, 4:40 on the screen. Ashe. Dive deep. Oof. Hope. Miracles. One more. Light. One under hope, actually. Clarify hope. Clarify the energy of hope here. It would. It would clarify the way it has to. Ashe. So you have diving deep, hope, miracles, light, free spirit, inner knowing, with patience and innocence showing up here. What's this? Memories. Okay. Let's begin with this section here of hope being clarified by free spirit and inner knowing. Because one thing, if you are a returning subscriber, well, if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, that's your cue. But if you are returning to this message from previous messages, you already know the way we handle this word here, hope. It is connected to fear. And I'm always present to you this example. When someone says, I know I love you, or I hope I love you, there's definitely a difference in terms of where the love actually is. Because anytime you utilize this word for the things that you are wanting to call into your life, you're pushing it away. Some of you have to literally free your spirit and know that you have the authority, first and foremost, of your spirit to create what it is that you deeply know that you can call into your life. But you can't call that into your life if you're hoping for it. It absolutely does not work that way. Hoping for a miracle when you are the creator of miracles. 7:44 on the screen, 7:14 on the clock. What is 44:14? Let me see something. Because that is screaming. 44:14, lexicon, to tear away, dissipate, to salt, season, to be rubbed or washed with salt. Well, sounds as though the only thing you have to do at this point is cleanse yourself from old belief systems that has you looking outside of yourself for a miracle to happen when you are that miracle. Some of you just have to dive deep enough to see yourself as that light. Clarify hope. I'm getting this sense of what came through here was just now, don't be afraid of your power. Don't be nervous about the power that you have within you as an extension of source power. Some of you could be going through the final phase of disconnecting yourself from the notion of what has been known as God outside of you. Granted, there is an ultimate source or power that keeps all of this going. But you are finally coming back to reconnecting with that energy and recognizing yourself as that, as an extension of it. It's very similar to reconnecting with your roots, per se. Clarify this energy here. Hope, free spirit, inner knowing. Wow, you have the Lovers with the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. So the Hermit there showing up, that's 9. We in a 9 year. 9 is connected to Mars, 717. 9 is connected to Mars. So if you have a personal year of a 6, shit will run, you know, this year will run pretty smooth for you. 1s and 2s, different story, but we'll get to that. 1s, 2s, 11, 22. This is a year where you have to, we're going to get to it now, where you have to, in short, be that spiritual warrior that you know you are. Stand firm, stand your ground, and don't be so easily swayed by someone's persuasion. The Lovers here in this deck speaks of the test. The test of the struggle between the passions and the conscience, but indecision is more fatal than the wrong choice. Examination, attempt, pact, the need for a decision, the sowing of seeds. And again, what's coming through here very strongly is the decision that has to be made is your inner knowing, freeing your spirit from hope and reconnect to your inner knowing, as it mentioned for the bear's message. Was it the bear? Yeah. It's time for you to wake up out of that slumber, baby. You have immense inner wisdom and physical strength. So whatever this is that you may feel that you are indecisive about, what is this? Show me. Hoping for a miracle to help you with the decision. That's giving somebody stalling. Somebody's definitely stalling. You got the 6 of Swords that came out, another 6. So 6, 6. Ooh, Star David. Hello. But the 6 of Swords It speaks to the ship of the dead, departure, adventure, introspection, research, and daring. Why is Source saying, I dare you to make a decision to close out the cycle? With the world card showing up at the bottom of the deck. That's what we doing. So somebody higher self is a comedian, because it's really on some, I dare you to close out this cycle so you can see how free you'll be. Because it comes with reward. The world card in this deck speaks of reward. All things come together in modesty. All secrets are revealed. All chalices are filled. All wounds are healed. Totality, success, perfection, ecstasy, entirety, self-sufficiency. Do you remember who you are as an extension of source power? To make this decision, where are you being guided to dive deep? Show me. Child. The Nine of Wands. With this year. Something about this year for sure. Because you got the Nine of Wands with the Nine of Cups. Child. So the Nine of Wands, dive deep into your intuition. Moon in Sagittarius is naturally extremely psychic. Diving deep for Moon in Sag will be getting into your stomach, get into your solar plexus. Get closer in that connection of what it is that you know, your inner knowing, your clear cognizance. Your clear cognizance is, for some of you, someone in here, your clear cognizance is definitely connected to your mind's eye or your vision, but it starts first in your gut. Okay? This could also be why you may be feeling as though you're disconnecting from certain foods, or you may have done something cold turkey just recently. You may have stopped doing something that you digest or ingest through the belly. Because the Nine of Wands in this deck speaks of the golden scarab, which connects to protection, suspension, intuition of danger. With the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck, the Knot of Isis, satisfaction, physical well-being, and positive energy. Hold up. There's something here about something around you. Reclaim your authority of spirit, because the Knot of Isis, that's in this deck as well. Energetic stabilization with the buckle of the beloved. That's this. So dive deep into your intuition that is letting you know about something that has to do with danger around you. You're sensing something of danger around you, but it's connected to your unique spiritual blueprint and particular skills and talents and higher densities that are unfolding, that has to do with your unique attributes as it relates to your spiritual blueprint. Just know that you are under spiritual guidance and protection of the divine feminine, with this Knot of Isis showing up here. Okay, so now I'm picking up the goddess frequency, divine feminine, the energy of the divine feminine, becoming the triple goddess, going through the underworld, being stripped and having to go through a process of decay even through this journey in the underworld to come out refreshed and new. There's a serious purge happening here. That coming out of this may even seem as though it's a miracle. But this is what grants you your authority of spirit. I'm hearing spirits as well. Well, what do you know? Ooh, let's see. What do you know? That's okay. What do you know? The Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy, and the Five of Swords. The Knight of Swords with the Knight of Pentacles with the Five of Swords. Has to do with an ill-fated bond. Well, I just got chills on my left arm just now. An ill-fated bond. Someone you grew up with. Gemini could be of significance, or third house. Whatever rules your third house. We have the Knight of Pentacles. The Messenger of Riches. Businessman, consultant, or service. What do you know? What do you know about someone who is providing a particular service, but there's some form of disgrace here? Your intuition is letting you know something here about an energy around you. Okay, the authority of spirit. What I'm getting from this right now, okay. Some of you, look at that, 4, 5, 6, are being placed in positions of those who claim to have a certain level of authority, but they don't. 7:27 on the clock. They don't. They actually don't. And what I'm picking up now from this hope card is that you are hoping, as it is in connection to fear, that they realize this before it's time for you to move in on this. That just changed the whole game just now. This whole energy just changed completely. Not so much so. It's really connected to having the authority of spirit. It really is. Because there's something about you, I heard reprimanding. There's something about you handling this disgraceful situation that eliminates the energy in its entirety as a whole for the collective. Not just between you and that person. Tell me more about this. The Three of Cups. One more. And the Four of Wands. With the Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This could even be someone who has shown interest in you. This speaks of relief with the Three of Cups here. Some form of relief, a toast, healing vigor, the papyrus scepter. With the Four Wands here, the glory of Kefri, illumination and intuition. Yeah, see, this is about you handling what your intuition is letting you know about some form of danger surrounding you or the collective. As you do have the authority of spirit, you are Seven of Cups here at the bottom of the deck with the Seven of Swords right behind it. You are a pillar of Ra. You're here on mission to bring forth lasting, long-term unions. With the Seven of Swords showing up there, the Lament of Isis, warning, instructions, mysterious protection. See, okay. This is what I mean. Some of you are in a position to be around certain people who feel they have a certain level of authority. 660 on the screen, that's 66 right here. But you're hoping that they figure out where they know where they fit in before it's time for you to move in. You already on the move though. You're already bringing light to the situation. It'll literally be a miracle if something changes. You got 7, but you moving on you moving on some serious source frequency over here. You're protected by the mysteries. I just heard Los Misterios. Okay. Wow. Alrighty. You're removing anything that is uncertain as far as the purpose of its developments with the 3 of Swords behind there. Altogether, that's the 10 of Swords. Anything that has been operating to distract people from awakening their divine perception, your energy is coming through to place them in a position where they are unable to act on stopping someone or the collective from awakening their divine perception. You learn this power that you have through temporary setbacks or pain or exhaustion. And let me give you the next thing that I put up on Instagram threads about pain. That some of you have even experienced pain so deep that you do not bleed. And that pain so deep that one does not bleed, transformed into power, is not someone you want to allow the self-sabotaging thought to deceive them. You know what type of astronomical, cosmic, galactic ass whooping that'll be? 7:33 on the clock. Huh? Shit. Let me tell you something. I ain't even got the words right now for you, baby. But what's the word? The crown chakra. You know. The crown chakra. Language is I know. You know the heartache and you. Oh my God. Your power is so great because you know the root and the source as to what has been set out to put you through process of pain and exhaustion that you have forgiven, which is why your power is being enhanced. You know how powerful your thoughts are. You know how powerful it is to think about thoughts and knowing the difference in between the two. So much so you know how to constructively utilize power that has been bestowed to you in connection to destruction. So let's say a perfect balance between Hathor and Sekhmet type energy. The nurturer and the don't play with what is mine's type of vibes. You got some of y'all got this look in your eyes. Some of you have a look in your eyes. Some of you have a look in your eyes for foundations and achievements. Venus and Aries. You know yourself. You've gone through plenty of conflict and defeat when it came to groups of people, but you are victorious in whatever this is that has been intending to have you feeling conflicted and defeated. You see the patterns now. You see the rainbow after the storm. You have balance of the dark and the light. Oh, yes, you do. And now you're on the path of your fulfillment of wishes. 9 of Cups again. While standing your ground. You're not allowing anything to get in your way. Whether it's physically, mentally, spiritually, nothing is getting in your way in this phase. You have the strength, courage, that roar, 744. You don't have to make a noise because people know a lion when they see one. 744, when you even look at the lexicon of it, literally says lion. Let me show you. Hold on. Not 755, but 755 is connected to the knees, joints. That's also Saturn. You got the gift of karma. Child. You have the gift of balancing out the scales. Hold on, babes. Let me pull this up here for you. Okay, we on the screen. This is number 744. Equates to lion. Okay, so there's that. Right here. You know who you are. Some of you have gone through experiences just to do some form of damage control. Because you may have utilized the energy of the lion, the raw, the claws, the teeth. You may have not even realized it. Because there's something you used to do in the past that you saw as victory and success because you couldn't feel discontent, boredom, emotional loss, victory, and success. But this also disconnects you from your power. Apathy is the opposite of love, where you don't feel. And you have done the shadow work to clear that up. Damage control, Ashe. Let's grab you an oracle message. Oh. The dark night of the soul. Life brings new meaning. Yeah, damage control for sure. Be fearless. Ooh, okay. Well, okay. I'm pretty sure you don't have an issue doing that. I'm pretty sure you don't have an issue doing that. Let's look at 11. I opened a book to the Galactic Healer. Yeah, see? This is why. That ass whooping will be different for somebody who has gone through so much pain that they didn't bleed. But transform that into power. Dark night of the soul. Healing crisis. Life brings new meaning. The dark night of the soul, or shadow work, is a deep-seated human experience that can be deeply traumatic, filled with sadness and melancholy. This is an incredibly trying time. But remember, trying is an insult to doing. So it can be trying because it's placing you in a position to recognize what you're doing and what you're not doing, and what you have to do or not do. Okay. A time in the human experience, one filled with constant emotional turmoil, feelings of loss, instability, and darkness. Sometimes the most insignificant event can spiral an individual into a dark night experience. As the straw that broke the camel's back, your soul has said enough is enough. It may seem as if the world may be ending, but just as a night turns into day, it is a cycle of renewal. Now you are becoming more aware of the ego and how it comes into play with your emotions, your physical drive and motivation, and how others interact with you. You may feel as though you are clouded in darkness, feeling emotionally broken and helpless in your life, feeling alone and isolated, that the world is broken and lost. This lonely, dark space can be difficult to navigate if you have only a limited support network of close friends or family. Now, this could be coming up, okay, remember, with Mars retrograde in the sign of Cancer, all right, for the next month and a half. So be very mindful of that, where there are people that are going to be highly triggered as these triggers are coming up to be handled and do a response, but not so much do a reaction. The reaction is going with the first sign of being bothered, and instead of sitting with that energy and really get into the depths of it as to what is creating a certain emotion. Again, if it has to do with the blockage of the chakras, the root chakra will be blocked by fear and anger, the sacral guilt, the solar plexus shame, the heart chakra would be blocked by grief, the throat chakra will be blocked by lies, the mind's eye will be blocked by delusion, and the crown will be blocked by attachment. So in getting to the root of these situations, those are the chakras that one would want to work on in order to release themselves to see the light through the dark, my love, okay? So just remember that it's always darkest before dawn. Know that you will be emerging soon with a new lease on life and greater understanding of who you are as an individual. View this time now as a purification of the senses and spirit. You must face hidden memories. Wow, her memories was definitely at the bottom of the deck with patience right on top of it. Patience, memories, healing, shit. Okay, discernment. Truth, come through. I hear that. Okay. View this time now as a purification of the senses and spirit. You must face hidden memories, concerns, or stories that are lying beneath the surface if you wish to emerge enlightened, forever transformed by your experience. Stop and surrender to the universe, the truth, the love within you. Stopping and surrendering to the universe is responding to create a different reality so you can have a different response. What do I mean by that? Well, the universe is always showing you what you are focused on. Use it. If it's something that you no longer want in your life, figure out why it's there based on what it is that you're attached to that's keeping you there. For some of you, I'm getting there's some form of guilt that will keep you attached to a situation because you feel as though this is a lesson that you have to learn, but some of you have outgrown a lesson that you're still in. or blaming yourself for something that you already paid your just due in that situation. Or if this is an energy around you where you may have been telling somebody, you don't have to keep yourself there and feeling as though you have to keep paying this debt off because of something you did in the past that you've overpaid to that extent. It's time to refuse, to stop refusing the acceptance of change. It's time to stop refusing the acceptance of change and being passive aggressive and fighting for control. You may want to work with the sacred crystal hematite. And if you are someone who works with angels, Archangel Raguel can help you with conflict resolution and inner harmony. The affirmation: I accept and create positive actions through the cycle of change. I accept and create positive actions through the cycle of change. I accept and create positive actions through the cycle of change. Beloved, that is your message. I will see you all on the next live. I love you. Ciao.